back. In the last video I made, I sat there and said something about Metroid. Now whether I published that video before this one remains to be seen, but this is basically a culmination of saying that I like Metroid, so I'm going to play Metroid. I started Prime. I have no idea if I still have access to that save or not. I did Super Metroid, but never bothered to finish it, so probably after I do these sets of videos doing Fusion, I'm probably going to go back to Super Metroid and actually finish that. Now whether I have access to that save file or not, no idea, but the game, I know that like the back of my hand, so getting back to that point wouldn't be that difficult. Plus, I can actually do it right, because the last time you saw me, I had nothing here. I was asking for subscribers and likes, and you know, like what's the next game you want to see me play? Put it down in the comments. Not saying you can't do that. I'm just saying it's. God, I really wanted to be a YouTuber. So here I am with one of my favorite underrated games, which actually. Here's my childhood copy of Fusion. Now the label could be way better, but this is my childhood copy. This I got brand new back in the day. Loved every second of it. A lot of people have a problem with this game because of the fact it's weak. Oh, that's a good squeak. A lot of people have a problem with this game because they say it's too linear of the series, that it tends to, for the lack of a better word, be too confined. You're stuck on this way too linear path, confined to orders and directions in such a way that it's just, you don't have the freedom like say in Super Metroid where I can kind of sequence break stuff and get stuff out of order, attack bosses out of order. Whereas here, you are very scripted, so it's you have to get this, you have to get this, you have to get to this, to get to this, to get this, to have this, to kill this. And a lot of people, especially for the Metroid series, do not like that. Me, this game's kind of a horror atmosphere. You're in an element that's not normal. So as far as the Metroid standards, I understand it. But for this game, you're in a space station. You're legitimately put in such a way where the idea of it being somewhat linear is not a bad thing. Look at something like Dead Space. You have to follow a linear path because it's designed that way. You're in a giant space station with multiple paths, but you have a linear route because that's what the game makes you do. But the game breaks it up in such a way where it makes it seem like it's not a linear path. You're walking down hallways, you have to take an alternate route. Alternate route isn't available, so you have to take a vent. You can't take a vent, you have to go to space. You're constantly thrown around. Now, it would be awesome if there was some section of the game where you got to go outside the space station where like you were trapped and went outside and had to come back in. But for the necessity of what this is and the story it was trying to tell, I'll forgive it. This is the only part of this game I do not like, and it's being forced to sit through dialogue after dialogue. But nothing I can do. I doubt I will finish this like the Metroid Zero Mission video, but I can try. Also, I am really enjoying the webcam upgrade this week because I bought this webcam a long time ago and it only does 720p video, which isn't terrible, but the way I had it set up, the way I was trying to use it, the way I was trying to record it, the way I was trying to code it, like, OBS is showing me that this is far better of an investment. Plus, it actually kind of matches into the setup. No offense, Logitech, for the gray, but the all-black webcam actually fits in when you kind of have monitors that are all dark colored and stuff like that. Especially when most of the stuff that people use for like audio equipment, lights and stuff like that usually are like, I don't know how to describe it, like anodized, a darker color, where it's usually done in such a way that it's painted or coated like spray cast or something like that. I don't know the word off the top of my head what I'm trying to say. Anyway. Also, the one thing that always got me as a kid that I still don't know if what I'm thinking is true. I've never actually looked that far into it. In the game, you're shown this, which obviously is a spaceship, like some kind of frigate or vessel that's going through space that we can agree on. So if this is the BSL, what is the station we go on when we're actually playing the game? The giant, almost like weird comet that is coated in such a way to look like a rock in space, that somehow also has like a Saturn's ring type of thing around it. I'm not saying it's a bad design, but I'm saying how is this that? Because that's called the BSL, the Biologic Space Labs, as well as this. Also, if you're listening to me rather than paying attention, long story short, because in the series, this technically would be the third game in the series, as far as the 2D games. Metroid Prime and all that sort of stuff, like Prime Pinball, Prime 2, Prime 3, all of that fits somewhere after Metroid 2, I think. No, it fits somewhere before Metroid 2. So you have what happened on Zeebs, or Zebes, however you want to pronounce it. I say Zebes, honestly. After the first game, she had all those adventures. Somehow, with the whole Metroid thing, Home Planet was figured out, or something like that. So she went there, killed all the Metroids, and immediately, upon delivering it to a space station to see, what the Metroid could do for humanity, it was captured. Samus went to go deal with all that nonsense, and after those events in Super Metroid, she was brought back to SR388 on a science venture, so to say. And they found out that something wasn't right about the creatures. There was a parasite that infected them. And at the time, she absorbed it like how she does the energy, but she didn't know what it was doing to her. She had no immediate effects until she was returning to the air vessel, and somehow it reacted, freaked her out, and made her crash into a meteor, because her ship was manual, it's not automatic pilots. She had to steer it. So losing conscious of the wheel, crashed, survived, brought her here, and now they're trying to figure out what else is going on. And the X-Parasite is multiplying in her so rapidly that it's actually appearing as ooze out of her suit. And her suit's organic, but it's also not. So it was corrupting her power suit, so in order to actually get to her, they had to surgically remove it. So Samus has a theory about the Metroid cure that she has here. essentially, oh, also, the events of this game are what lead up to Dread, so a lot of that story and how that is interpreted is based on this game. So, Samus, as you can read, had the theory that somehow from the events of Super Metroid of her bringing the Metroid up to the station that somehow blew up, they had somehow managed to preserve a cell culture from that. And they used that to, you know, test on the X. It was successful, so they made a cure out of it. The serum was injected into her nervous system, and this, I'm guessing, is supposed to be microscopic bits in her brain, in like the actual neural pathways and stuff like that. So we have X parasites that can literally be like this big, like this big, free floating, the size of a small. God, I can't think. About the size of a pillow, floating around, and these are just little teeny versions of it that are hiding out in her nervous system. And as soon as it's injected, immediately taken aback. And this is supposedly what she looks like under the suit after they removed so much of the actual parts of it. So somehow they altered her visor, so instead of being like this square that sits like right here, somehow they cut it up, so now there's like these sharp points. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the design of the fusion suit. It just doesn't make sense. That's kind of the direction that it went. Like, I understand it if it was like, oh, during the process somehow we couldn't fix it as is, so we made our own modifications to the suit, so you still have your organic underlayer, but as far as the overlayer, we had to kind of figure that out. So like her arm cannon is way different, the visor's way different. And they also for some reason gave her spikes on her elbows, which I honestly enjoy. I don't know why, but I do. Yeah, see, this station. How is the frigate that we saw earlier this station? And then, of course, everything that was on her went back to the vessel that's currently orbiting SR-38A. But it was the little frigate ship, remember? So what's the space lab? If, like, is it just a frigate that's connected to the space lab and it's labeled as it? You know, like, oh, hey, it's a Department of Energy vehicle, but it's not the Department of Energy. It's just labeled the Department of Energy type of thing. I'm guessing. But it's like, I was on my way to the BSL when I couldn't get in and crashed. That's kind of what I'm trying to figure out. I might be overanalyzing it, but it doesn't overanalyze anything. The design for the Fusion helmet's one of my favorites. Just like the way the visor it's just nice. Because I'm a fan of, like, some motorcycle helmets that only give you, like, right here, right up to your nose and all that, and are trying to, like, scoop out your eyes like this. I do not like. I like the ones that are kind of like this, where you get all the peripheral view. So having something that sits right here but is full viewing is a nice idea to me. And for Game Boy, you gotta admit this actually doesn't look that bad. I mean, to be fair, it's being emulated on PC, so of course I can kind of buffer it up and make it look better and stuff, but hey, it is what it is. Now, this is why I said I honestly hate the beginning, because if I wasn't trying to talk during that, that was a solid 10 minutes of just exposition the game. And even though I'm in the game, I'm still in the ship being told what to do. This is why most people do not like this game, and will tend to go to a more ROM hack style of it. And there are some. I might, after playing this, go straight to a ROM hack, but I'm probably going to try to go to Metroid Fusion, or Super Metroid after Fusion. I'm not gonna lie, I have a dual monitor setup, so I've got the game over here, which this is an older style monitor, So it tends to work better as like a CRT replacement, so I can actually get some of the views that I'm looking for as far as the style and how nice it looks. This is a good monitor. This is a 32-inch curved. It's an Acer monitor. It was when they were still trying to mess with curves initially. So it honestly, I'm playing it like as if I'm playing the ROM hack that's secrets breaking. But it's 1080p only. It's not that much of a higher res monitor, but it goes up to like 240 hertz, which is really, no, 165 hertz. So it's nice for what it is. The next one I'll probably get will probably be 1440. Going 4K seems a little excessive to me, but I don't know. Yeah, and the effective with the X-Parasite again. Let's figure out what the computer has to say. Because why not? Let's exposition the game. Although I wouldn't be surprised if there isn't a game out there that is honestly just exposition, exposition, exposition. Did you think there was gameplay? No, it's sit here, the meeting. This could have been an email, and you could have been prevented, but your mother chose otherwise, now didn't you? Now we're all here having to suffer. Anyway, next point, Johnson. That sounds like a horrible work environment. It's still funny nonetheless. Yeah, I can absorb these X-Parasites. The X are gathering in a small area. This just makes me want to play the sequence break one. Even I'm having it tough. Like, later on it doesn't get as bad. But in the beginning it is like, holy hell, stop talking. And I kind of get what they're doing. They're trying to both train you and at the same time set up, you know, some kind of like, this is a horror situation. It is not, you know, adventure. This is legitimately something, like something's going on. We have no idea what it is. People are missing. And we have something we know very little about. But then you get this music, which kind of just sets you up for battle. Like, alright, yeah, let's do this, let's go. And as it goes on, it's like, oh god, how wrong what's going on. So, like, legitimately have to stop at every single, like, had the main story, at the bottom right there on the map, had more exposition, had to go to this room to be explained about what the ship just explained up ahead, went up ahead, killed the creature, came back, had to be briefed about why we killed the creature and what was going on. Now, on the way, we are being stopped again, and here's the real thing. Oh, we just found out that we can supply you with weapons that you can download. So you're supposed to go explore, you know, the enemy is gathering, but you don't have any of them. So they're going to supply you. And spoilers for this, the game is basically purposely trying to tell you that you're weak. And to let you know, like, by the way, you only have this percent of a chance of survival. So if you listen to us, you know, you'll get those upgrades. And maybe you don't die. So the game's constantly trying to set up this, like, you know, something's wrong, you're weak, you shouldn't fight this like you're supposed to. This isn't typical Metroid, this is something is wrong. You need to run, stay safe, something's hunting you. That's basically what they try to set up here. The only difference is instead of being out in the full woods and like a bear's hunting you, it's you're in a space station with an unknown parasite. We have no idea what it is. People are missing. For all we know, it somehow ate them, somehow did this. I don't know why I went to the computer. At least it kept it short and sweet. Now, we get the data. Use the ability, which is nice. But now, exposition about the fact that the power just went out. Oh yay, so we can't use the elevator to get to the point that we need to, which is right there, so we gotta figure out a side passage. And this is where the whole Metroid-ness kind of comes in, as far as like having to figure it out and explain. So we need to get down there, but there's no immediate thought process to it, right? Eventually you're gonna go around this room and realize, okay, so there's a save room, I can recharge my missiles there. But what's this? Something's glowing. Oh wow, I can escape through here. It's blocking my way. Let me try to kill it. Yeah. So the idea is there's more than one path. So do not be afraid to look around and try to figure it out. It's basically the setup here. Although it seems like there's more than one path, it's the idea to look around and might find abilities. So I find one there. Missiles. 2 missile tanks already. So, correct, in this game, missiles are 5 apiece? Yeah. So each missile tank I get 5 more missiles, so I am at 20. Whoop. And due to the sequence break runs, there's actually a randomizer run. So I quite legitimately know where everything is, because in a randomizer run, just to explain it, basically all the items are swapped, and depending on the settings, you can have it set up to be like, oh, all the major items are swapped, but all of the non-major items. Then, to explain, abilities are major items. Any expansions like more missiles or energy, all of those are so you have it where majors and minors are all randomized, so you have that to be just majors. Minors are oh, swap my energy, take my energy. Well, sometimes I get more. But, oh well. Oh crap. Found a morpho bomb. And through here. Recharged 2 missiles I lost. Technically I shot one tank. As far as the standard for this game, for this so you can keep track at home, yellow is health, green is missiles, red is everything. Later we find some blue ones, but they kind of just do a small mixture. I haven't honestly cared to pay attention to them by that point of the game because they kind of give you so little. So I have no idea, honestly, what the value of the ones are. I just know that they give you something. Actually, you know what? I'll do the sequence break one as a live stream. Oh! So, to catch up why this matters, so the station is all arranged in certain ways. Each one has a theme to it. So Sector 1, which has a level 0 lock, in other words, the white door. Sad part is, I feel like I can hear my brother at me right now. Anyway, the white door is level 0. Everything is locked down by a certain color door, as you can see on the top right here. So blue is level 1, green is level 2, yellow is level 3, and red is number 4. Oddly enough, most people don't ever look into it that far, but those are the typical colors for multiplayer. So if you're ever playing multiplayer games, usually like early on, say like N64, like say names, banners, controller designs, or whatever, usually would emulate that. So first player would be blue, last player would usually be red, or some combination in between. So the whole idea is it's the multiplayer colors. So, you know, it's player 1, player 2, player 3, player 4. Odd fact. Anyway. But the level 0 lock is open. The only places we can visit, as of right now, that, you know, whatever, of those locks, is Sector 1 and Sector 2. Sector 1 has only a level 0 lock for most of the areas. And because it's a perfect replica of the planet SR38A, we have some non-infected creatures in there that the X-Parasite is now attacked. So now they can show up as these creatures. Again, you can really see that exposition of this game. Oops. I don't know if this might caught it. I'd laugh if it did. I don't live alone. I live with someone, and they have a specific device you can talk to. So you can set it in your head and set you reminders. And I just heard it talking. One thing I find interesting is the fact that my suit is organic, so we now have a copy of us that is running around because the X-Parasite can mimic its prey, as we're told from the explosion. We see the creature, we kill it, it's the X, we collect it, and we've already seen it mimicking certain creatures, and now we're going to be told that, you know, something happened, we don't know what, we'll have to look into it. Yeah, that just happened. Don't worry about it. It's a briefing. Funny enough, I always wondered how the X actually can mimic your weapons. Missiles, for example. So you're telling me that the suit is organic and somehow they're organically reproducing your weapons. Which, it never made sense to me anyway, that the X are field missiles. I mean, that's taking hit one guy with another guy to a whole other level. Fact that's pointed out in this game, I honestly don't know what's going on. I need to get to the next stage of the current, and I'll explain it because it'll be a lot better with visual aid. How many times have we done supposedly there's a little Easter egg referencing something else in Nintendo's on the top right of that thing. Now you can tell I've kind of played this going to a certain point. The sad part is, all of these games I know really well. Now the question is, do I trust myself enough? Do I trust myself enough? Normally I somehow I know how somehow I kind of jump ahead in such a way to I have one more energy to take a little bit more. Honestly, I'll come back. I mean, I just did, but... Oh, this is should show off that Easter egg stuff. So, in the top left here, you can notice it looks like a GameCube turned to its side forward a bit. So instead of it being front facing, it's offset like this. And it's in the top left, you can see the little handle and everything on it. Which is interesting that somehow this thing is gathered junk just being a GameCube to attach to itself and simply made out of the arms. Just some kind of grass. Also, no, you're not crazy. Those are same creatures the X are showing up as the foreground that are in the background. The background are the real ones that apparently can't hurt me, while the background ones are going to hurt me. So as you see here, a couple of these, you can see them hopping in the background, and the background will disappear. Each one is just slightly different. say this control seems responsive is it feels like... The best way I can put it is by hitting one button, I'm cutting off the other one, so it doesn't... So like, if I hit left on the D-pad and try to hit a button and a short... Not a short press, but like, here. It's almost like overcompensating in a way. You're hearing me actually hit the button, and some of those aren't registering sometimes. All glass. No eye. There we go. And then... follow me, shorty. Yes. But yeah, sad part is the boss is really easy. I just like doing that ever since I knew about it, because I've killed that boss dozens and dozens of times. It's just always fun. Which, funny enough, many of the ones that can shoot you are beam ones, so they'll actually shoot you with the beam that you're gonna unlock, which I find interesting. I thought it would have been odd if somehow, well not odd, but like a bit cooler if instead of shooting you with the very weapon that you're going to use, if somehow they had a variation that you use and not have a purified version. Oh, one weird trick actually. I don't know if it's or not, but the charge push actually has a sort of slash that it does in the front, so when you release it, it shoots like a small wave. So I can actually release it. You'll notice that as I release it, it does like a sweep around the gun. It technically counts as a melee thing. It does damage. It's often damage that you do. Who knew? And now, my favorite thing to do, but my least favorite thing to do with this controller. Wall jumping. Because if it's not going to respond to every button you press, why would it wall jump? Oh my god, it worked long enough for me to wall jump. Save, because I'm not going to try to do that again with this controller. I wonder if it would respond better if you plugged in wireless. Who knows? Oh yeah, this is where I said I can go back. I didn't unlock an energy tank. Kind of weird. The ability is down there, so I need to drop about here. And I'm going to try. And I did. See, I didn't need to worry about filling up all three. And now that just means I don't have to come back at some point later here with some abilities. I mean, I'm still gonna have to go through here again later, but it won't be because of that. I'm just trying to grab something. Mainly when I get, actually, either speed booster or screw attack. Screw attack, space jump. I'm seeing the prime game screw attack being space jump with it as well. Whereas here, space jump and screw attack are two separate abilities. Heal me, come on. Also, in the randomizer here, the only reason I can do what I just did was because the randomizer, some of them, depending on the difficulty level, will make you do, I forget what it's called, but essentially you go into dangerous areas that cause damage on purpose to get abilities to continue. So sometimes there is ability down there that you actually need to continue. And for the randomizer runs, the only thing that really determines whether you win or not is if you collect a certain amount of items as far as like for the end. And I think for this you need plasma, gravity, unlock the level 4 lock, and defeat 2 specific bosses. I think it's Ridley and the SAX, I think? Well, no, you have to do the Omega Metroid to leave, so Ridley and the Omega. But, yeah, it's a very small requirement, so you can honestly do it really quickly if your luck is actually on your side, but not always. Yep, there's that color door. So level 2 is cool. And now we're going to Sector 2, the Tropical Sector. 3 being POIR, the Pyro Sector, so Extreme Heat. Sector 4, AQA, the Aquatic Sector. Sector 5 being the... I forget its actual like designation thing. Sector 6 is NOC, the nighttime environment, or nocturnal. Yeah, I love how they're flashing back to that, like as if we've seen it. Or like that Santa saw it, but only we saw it, you know, fourth wall break type of thing. Actually, quite literally a wall break, but you get the picture. I'm wondering how we got infected, but the other team members didn't. We caught infected X, brought it here without, you know, anything to anyone else. It makes me think that Samus's suit is literally just like an open wound at all times. If anything touches it, she absorbs it, quite literally. So if we have the proper PPE, personal protective equipment, then this is totally fine. Although these parasites are now infecting creatures or assuming themselves to be deadly creatures that could honestly just rip you to shreds. So it's not worth it. Not worth it. Not worth it at all. Yes, my objective is clear. Stay the hell away from everything. I'm gonna finish this sector and then I'm gonna call this video here. It's honestly it's quite short. Now is it 2 hours? Is it 2 hours? It's not 2 videos worth of Going all in. If I want to explore, I have to open the doors. And if I open the doors, I open the doors for everything. Although we see these things literally go through the walls. So do they really need access? Do they really need to open the doors to let them in? Couldn't they just kind of have a ventilation point where you see them going through the vents that are somehow locked to the same key code kind of thing? Ah, this one's locked. But this one isn't. Couldn't we have just made that event to drop in? I mean, you obviously got the door that's required to open the place there. So, why not just put like a vent in the top rather than just another door? Ah, damn, I couldn't make this jump to get to the door, or I can't make this jump to get into the door, but I could make all these others. I'm way too tired to get access by this point in this secret facility. Because I'm so tired, yeah. Without actually damaging the block. But it's just kind of a disguised hole. But now, only bombs. Which means I'm how did I hit him in the This is the first time I've ever had that happen. Squeak. Squeak. Oh, I missed the SAX destroying the door. I kind of feel like this shouldn't be here anymore. Like, a chunk of... Like, you could still keep this part up here. But, like, these lower blocks should kind of be falling into the way of the door. To kind of show that, yes, it caved in a little bit. That's why the door is now broken. Because we very clearly saw earlier that the SAX actually blew up the door in such a way that it's still open for it. So you're telling me that somehow turned around and basically sealed it behind us going, there couldn't be in that way. Let's just look at See, I told you. I know where most of these abilities are. So I have to go through and look for all this. Oh man, I've already gone through 50 minutes. not platoon-wise. There. The drop down. I forgot to set it. I died in something that I'm normally really good at. I feel kind of horrible. Well, with that, I guess I'll call it here. I know I said I was going to finish the sector, but I didn't think it was 50 minutes. Well, I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good... Depending on where you are, or what time... I'm trying to figure out how to end this. I guess I'll see you in the next one, so... Wherever you are, good evening, or good morning, good evening, good night.